The history of the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, is extensive and complex. 1917 Revolution. The Bolshevik Party, led by Vladimir Lenin, overthrew the Russian Provisional Government in October 1917 during the Russian Revolution. Formation of Soviet Union. On December 30, 1922, the USSR was officially established, comprising multiple republics, including Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and others. Early years. Lenin's leadership. Lenin's policies included land redistribution, nationalization of industry, and the establishment of a one-party communist state. Civil War. The USSR faced internal opposition in the form of a civil war, 1917–1922, between the Red Army, Bolsheviks, and the Whites, anti-Bolshevik forces. Stalin era. Rise of Stalin. After Lenin's death in 1924, Joseph Stalin emerged as the leader of the Communist Party in the country. Collectivization and industrialization. Stalin implemented rapid industrialization and collectivization of agriculture, resulting in forced relocations, mass famine, and millions of deaths. Purges and repression. The Great Purge in the late 1930s led to the persecution and execution of perceived enemies of the state, including party members, intellectuals, and military leaders. World War II. Nazi-Soviet Pact. Initially, the USSR signed a non-aggression pact with Nazi Germany in 1939 but was invaded by Germany in June 1941. Soviet role in World War II. The USSR played a significant role in defeating Nazi Germany, suffering immense casualties but contributing significantly to the Allies' victory. Cold War. The aftermath of World War II saw the USSR and the United States emerging as superpowers, initiating the Cold War, characterized by ideological, political, and military tensions. Expansion of Soviet influence. The USSR expanded its sphere of influence in Eastern Europe, establishing communist governments in countries like Poland, Hungary, East Germany, etc. Late period. Stagnation and economic woes. By the 1970s and 1980s, the Soviet economy faced stagnation, partly due to inefficiencies, lack of innovation, and heavy military spending. Gorbachev's reforms. Mikhail Gorbachev became the General Secretary in 1985 and introduced policies of perestroika, restructuring, and glasnost, openness, to reform the Soviet system. Fall of the USSR. Gorbachev's reforms unintentionally led to increased political openness and independence movements within the Soviet republics. In 1991, a failed coup against Gorbachev accelerated the collapse of the USSR, and it officially dissolved on December 26, 1991. The history of the USSR is filled with significant events, socio-political changes, and global impacts that continue to influence geopolitics and societies even after its dissolution.